I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. Everybody's searching for a hero. People need someone to look up to. I never found anyone to fulfill my needs. A lonely place to be. So I learned to depend on me. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity, because the greatest love of all is happening to me. I found the greatest love of all inside of me. The greatest love of all is easy to achieve. Learning to love yourself is the greatest love of all. Greetings and welcome to the Tiger's Den. This is the voice of Cheryl, and I am Toothless Tiger. Let me just say greetings to Phyllis, Laura, Lazybone, Essatar, and Ryan, and anyone else who may be lurking in the bushes, in the trees, in the clouds, on the beach, in the sand, in the snow, wherever you may be. Greetings. This has been an exciting weekend for me. Friday, I had surgery successfully, I should say. I can see much clearly now that the fog is gone, the cataract out of my right eye. I can see much clearly. And I feel good, no pain. I have about 3 weeks to go before they can do the other eye, but right now I'm doing fine. Then I came home to rest Friday after the surgery, and there's a little bit going on Friday night, but Saturday proved to be a day to remember. There's all kind of things happening in these YouTube streets, which brings me to my title today. Oh, what tangle web we weave when first we practice to deceive. I heard a lot of things said, and that's done by Walter Scott. In the year of 1808 is when he wrote that quote. And I like that quote. Very famous quote, but it has an in-depth meaning. One of the things about that quote, it brings me to the characters that I've ran into here on YouTube. When I came to YouTube as a person who just wanted to uplift fallen humanity. Had no idea I would be in any crazy situations. Hello, Captain Wolf. Glad to see you. But I came just to uplift fallen humanity. with a little sense of humor and a little education on what I've learned on who we were before we were slaves. Had no idea I would go through this past 9 months of degradation, humiliation, frustration, disappointment, sadness, depression, all of the above. Had no idea. Yet I rise. I've heard a lot of different things this weekend that really brought pause to my mind when I heard different people that are falling out with each other, which has been going on now for about, I would say, a month and some days. Hi, FRW, glad you're here. Canes forever. Well, I'm glad Asatar led you to this channel. It is a great channel indeed. This channel over here, we try to get along as a family. And you know, sometimes family, you know, have good times and sometimes they have bad times. But for the most part, they seek to understand each other and to uplift each other and to encourage each other. And that's what this channel is all about. And I think about the things that's being said about me. First, it was from Bully. And now I have the man that was trying to help get my message out about bullying has now turned into the bully's helper. And they have a name for that. We see them all the time. At least I did when I was growing up, because I'm 64 years old. So most of you are in your 40s, some are in your 50s. So you may not remember these characters, but they are timeless, and they are the Three Stooges. And so this stooge that I'm speaking of is a person who serves merely to support or assist others, particularly in doing unpleasant work. And they give an example. He seems more like a stooge than a master criminal. And these people don't have really huge criminal records. So you know they're not master criminals. Some of them have some criminal records that could be, you know, kind of bad. But most don't. And especially the stool. I should say the stooges I'm speaking of. I was gonna call him a stool pigeon. Oh, help me. Help me, help me. The second definition for a stooge is a performer whose act involves being the butt of a comedian's jokes. And so we know this person to have talent, and that could very well fit that definition. Oh my goodness. I've heard there are instructions to timestamp everything I say. Make sure you screen record so that we can document that I am now the bully. How did I get to be the bully? I'll never know, but that's how it goes in a country where you think you're free and you come to find out that you're not. That everything you do, you volunteer, and you think that it's actually what you're supposed to be doing. I've learned so much in my 10 years of research, and I so desperately want to share it with others. But I find, just for the people here in YouTube, in this metaverse, they're not really interested in changing the world or saving the children or helping the children, helping themselves. They're more into, as they call it, entertainment. And their thoughts on entertainment is destroying other people. Never in a time have I went to a comic show and left there knowing where the other comics lived and their children and what they like and don't like, and where their wives worked, and how I could call them if I didn't like the joke that was on the stage. I've never seen that. But here in the metaverse, that's what happens when someone finds you boring or displeasing. They want to destroy you. For what reason, I don't know. It is not necessary. It is not entertainment. It is not fun. And then they love to brag on numbers. Numbers are an illusion. You know, I put a quote up today. I normally don't change my, announcements and things, but I decided to change some things. And one of the things that I put up is a quote from Malcolm X. And he said, "It is better to walk alone than with the crowd going in the wrong direction." And I've used that quote before, and I've walked alone. Thanks to Asatar, I didn't have to stay alone. Now, because he decided to support me, he's being called all kind of derogatory, hateful names. And the latest is so comical that it's really sad. For anyone to call Asatar a Russian and he's Armenian is downright disrespectful. And then the herd will follow behind a person that would say the most heinous things about a person that they said they once respected and saw as a cool brother, more black than most of you here on this app. But now he's a Russian KGB spy. How can that be? It is so very sad how we reduce each other to nothing, yet we complain about how other people see us. It's not a joke and it's not funny. I would love for more people to want knowledge and want to know how to do something different. But I can't want something for them more than they want for themselves. And as long as you guys show up and engage. I was looking at Sister T this morning. And I don't normally look at Sister T, but lately I've been looking at her. And she has had some good shows. And I really liked her show this morning. And she was just talking about supporters. And she said she got some sponsors and they were business people. And they were telling her that she could still remain, Sister T. But some things she's going to have to let go of. And she's willing to do that because she wants to go in another direction. And that is good. I think that is great. I think that she has everything that it takes to be where she wants to be. I love her t-shirt. I really do. Hi, DJ Cleveland. Billy says, ops called them out. These people are a piece of work. Kane's forever say, I didn't do nothing to these people. No, I didn't do nothing to these people. And now all of a sudden, it seems like everybody wants to say the same thing. All of my songs, they say, are very corny, but now all of a sudden, they're finding themselves being attacked by the same person. And they did nothing to that person. I can believe them because I know what lie was told on me. Most can't fathom because they give this person a reputation of being the person, they don't do anything unless you do something to them first. Or they don't do anything without receipts that they make up. You show people honest receipts and then they say you don't know how to count. You show people honest receipts. And then they say, well, you asked for your money back. something I never did, but I was promised my money back, something that I've never received. I'll get to your question in a moment, Sneaky Pete. Let me see what you're saying. Hey, Carolyn, I'm so glad to see you. How you doing? I hope all is well with you and Ernest. I know you got the new job, so I know you was probably in training. Captain Wolf said, I think Acetar is cool, but Suge is an internet bully. I'm watching. I don't think Suge is an internet bully, and he could be, but I don't think so. This is my take on Suge, and then you have a right to yours. Suge came to the internet exposing people that were preying on people. That's what he's done back from his beginning. He started in the conscious community. And that's where a lot of people start when we start trying to learn who we are and where we come from. We start in that community, and they have a lot of knowledge, true that, but they take advantage of individuals with the knowledge that they glean, and they, trust me, put in the work, because you got to do a lot of research and reading. But they start saying that they want to help the people, but they start charging you astronomical figures to give you the help that you could just go get the book and read for yourself. And then they start telling you about all these different packages you can get to help you get whatever it is you need for your nationality or whatever. And this is not everybody in the community, just some, but they're more the popular ones. And they tell you a lot of good game, but that's all it is a good game. So he could be what you consider a bully. I consider him a man of honor, a man of family. And I consider him a man. So he has mistakes and errors and all that other good stuff, as we all do. But I see him a family man. That's the way I see him. And I see that when someone attacks him, because I don't know of anybody that should just blatantly go out and attack. But when someone attacks him, I see him willing, capable, and able to attack back. And they don't like his punch. But he could be what you see him to be. But for me, I don't see that. Ryan said, guess what? Guess what? Let me tell you something. Okay, Ryan, tell us something. Sneaky Pete say, Acetar, aka Ass UCD Truth, saying he could beat you in basketball. And then he said, Toothless, you think D Truth could beat Acetar in basketball? No, I don't. Acetar lived and breathed basketball. I don't believe that. I don't think D Truth have the same heart for basketball as Acetar. Not saying he can't play. I don't know how he plays. But I just don't believe he can beat Acetar. I really don't. No. That's all right. They can do the little nonsense. He can't distract me, ass. You know, if it makes him feel better, or her, or whomever that is, to put a little something in the thing, that's good. Ryan says, Sneaky Pete, I bet he can't read a page without stuttering. Oh, man. Ryan said, D-Truth, an old-ass flunky, my opinion. And that's Ryan's opinion. That takes me back to the Stooge. Remember the Stooge? I just gave you the definition of Stooge, but let me give you some synonyms for Stooge. And the synonyms are fall guy, lackey, con, puppet, chump, flunky, fool, patsy, pigeon, pushover, step, sucker, victim, easy mark. Now, as y'all timestamp this, do know I'm reading this from the dictionary. And this is a definition of a word. So as you call me a bully for exercising my First Amendment right, which you all seem to not want me to do ever, no matter what side it is, whether it's the big bad Dahoney or it's the brand new Mondoni, whichever one it is, I am not allowed to speak my truth. And thank goodness I don't need y'all's permission, because I'm going to speak the timestamp it and date it, and all of the emails y'all sent me this weekend wanting to know about different people and giving me warnings, and CCing 20 East Nation lets me know that you all know what you all are doing. And, you know, I keep trying to tell you people, and all of you all who got these great lawyers and who've taken down great ministers and all this, that I can't find the case on. So if there is a case number, please, I would like for somebody to post that case so I can read it. But I want you all to understand, I'm not that girl. And there is no fear in my heart. And I love the inflection of some people's voice and the way they carry themselves and stuff like that. But I know when things are not right. And what's going on is not right. You cannot defend me one minute, and now I'm the worst person living the next. I did nothing to destroy anybody's reputation. I didn't impugn anybody's name. But that seems to be the going thing on YouTube. And then when you guys start hearing the truth, like what's happening now with all of the people coming out, with all of the stories that were being told in secret, now they're coming out from the person who's supposed to be an actor in the play. Nobody has nothing to say. But it was so easy for people to accuse me of being messy when they didn't even know me, and I didn't even know half the stuff that they wanted me to have known. I love it. I just love it. Carolyn says she's doing good. It's been super busy. And I love you guys. You and Ernest, thank y'all for those great vibes. I tell you, I need them. Billy say, Sneaky Pete, can you beat D-Truth on basketball or anything else? She just asking. I will not answer Sneaky Pete, who is talking about basketball. Focus, stay on course. Oh, most definitely. Of course, but you know me. I think Sneaky Pete was saying D-Truth said that. Probably so. And he got that right to say whatever he wants. He's talking about himself. Again, Sneaky Pete, what can you do? That's what Phyllis would like to know. Hi, Allison. Peace, love, and light to you too. Hey, Longhead, it is so good to see you. Phyllis said, no, he's saying, I was an All-American in college swimming. Okay, well, stay in your lane in that water then. That's a good sport. I love swimming. And I can swim. I can't dive, but I can swim. Well, either way, Sneaky Pete should not even say anything about basketball. You know, they call people like that distractors and detractors, and I call them just, you know, participating. And so, you know, Sneaky, if that's all you can talk about, and I'm talking about something totally different, then maybe that's where your comprehension level is. I don't know. Or maybe you just want to be difficult or indifferent. I don't know. One thing I learned about this YouTube thing, I don't know. I do not know. I do not know people. And he can be Skinny Gang if he chooses to be Skinny Gang, Captain Wolf. I learned that too. People can go and do whatever they choose to go and do. But Longhead has been with me since day one. And I'm appreciative. He's also a member. And I don't have many members. I had members, but a lot of them left. So, yeah. A lot of them are going to fall even deeper than they've fallen. As the chart said, and if y'all would, please hit the like button. We have 41 people in, only have 17 likes. If you guys would, please check the like button and hit it for me. It really helps. It means a lot. It shows engagement. And that's what I'm about, is engagement. Doesn't matter how many show up. All of you all that show up, if you would hit the like button for me, that would do my heart real good. Eschaton said, just so people don't ask me names one by one, the only person who can say for sure can beat me one-on-one in this sector is Gil. But it won't be easy. Let me see what else he said, because it jumped up. It won't be easy, and his big belly having ass is going to need to get in shape in order to beat Eschaton. I think you all forgetting that he coached children, and he's in shape, and he runs up and down the court. And Phyllis asked, please hit the like button. I asked the same. Thank you guys. You all hit the like button. Some of you greatly appreciate that. Incognito says Skinny Gang has fallen. Yeah, they're going down. And Captain Wolf says Skinny Gang bullies. Yeah, a lot of those people do in the name of having fun. And it's not fun anymore. Used to be fun when we first came to YouTube. When I first came, everybody was pleasant, you know. And the only people that were feuding were, you know, Kwame and his people that he, you know, knew in the basketball world. And then, of course, he started with the big YouTubers that we call big in this sector. And then, of course, he started being Skinny, and then now everybody. But it's really, really, really sad how we as a people, we complain about how we get treated by the system. And it's the system of white supremacy racism, which, you know, Neely Fuller has a book, and he tells you that if you don't understand white supremacy racism and what it is about, then everything you think you know will only confuse you. It controls 9 areas of our lives. It starts with economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. That's every facet of our lives, because all of them intermingle. And if you don't understand that it's a system, and I give away a book, but people never ask for the book. But I give away a book if people are interested in really wanting to know who we were before we were slaves, why we're in the condition that we're in today. That book doesn't tell you who we are. But what it does is it puts you on a trajectory. If you're interested in knowing more, you'll read that book, and then you'll be so fascinated that you'll want to read more. And you will do that. And it teaches you about the silent weapons. And it's all for the control of the masses. And that's why we all say that we don't like the way we're treated as a people, yet we get on a platform that goes all over the world, and instead of us uplifting each other, they say I'm boring because I want to talk about us being better people. Go figure. Boring it'll be. That's my story. That's why I came to YouTube. I didn't come for no other reason. So, you know, I don't participate in the things that these people participate in. I don't do the roasting. Not that I can't, because I can. I just choose not to do it. I choose to be something different. I am great. And I expect greatness from other people. Some people say they're great, and some of them are, but some of them are not. So I can't worry about what other people are, who they are, what they think of me. I can't do any of that. All I can do is be what I came here to be, a beacon of light for anyone who's in the dark, for anyone who needs a friend, for anyone who wants to hear a voice other than their own. That's why I'm here. And, you know, if I find myself here alone, then so be it. I'll be here until I'm ready to leave. And I'm just not ready. Too much to be done. Perhaps I was sent here to drain the swamp. Because trust me, no one will treat me the way I've been treated on YouTube and just walk away and say that's what they did to me. That won't happen. No, it won't. And anyone who's big and bad enough to join in, they can join in. I have no problem with that. I can't control what people do. But I can stand my ground, and I'll tell you, I stand. I stand on the shoulder of giants. I do. And I am grateful. We have 24 likes. We have 36 people. If we could get 12 more likes, I would greatly appreciate it. And so long, Captain Wolf said, Longhead, you got out the game. And Longhead said, Captain Wolf, you right, I was. And yeah, why is that important? We don't really, just talk about that person over here, Captain Wolf. I talk about the federal case that we're involved in, that everybody think is fake, that's real as it comes. But we don't talk about that person over here. He does enough talking about me to last a lifetime. I'm sure he's probably looking at Gummy, Granny, as he called me, right about now. I'm sure. But yeah, he's not the subject over here. Unless I'm talking about him being served. And he's telling people he hasn't. I'm talking about us going to court. And he's telling people we're not. But that's not a conversation we have over here. It's not that interesting. And he's not interesting at all. But I really, 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 really hate that these people have to go through this by way of experience. But I guess everybody have to experience it for themselves, for them to be going through what I had to go through. And what's so amazing to me, hi DL, no one, hi Sucker Free, no one has spoken about, wow, I did hear this, and I want to give her credit. Even though she says she doesn't like me, and I don't know why, but that's her choice. Brown skinned lady. I want to give her props. She did state one thing yesterday, and that she know now that I was correct, especially about Southern Gotti. I'm sure she knows now that I was correct about Skinny turning on you for no reason. But of course, that's, something that they won't admit to. No one has admitted to. Now they can honestly see. See, you don't know when someone is lying on someone else. You really don't. So it's just up to you if you want to choose to believe the person that's telling the story. But when they lie on you, then you honestly know when someone is lying on you. You know that. Hi, Regina M. How you doing? Glad to see you. And these people that say that they're getting all of these donations and all of this money, it's a lot of, what they call scams going on. And that's one of the things, Captain Wolf, that I know that Suge is very good at exposing. And he doesn't expose it by talking about the people. He exposes it by showing the people in action and letting their words. And see, you hear words one way when you're first looking at somebody, but it's another thing when you get to hear those words over and over, and then you get to hear how they change the storyline over and over. It really makes a difference. He does a great job at letting people be who they say they are and putting it on the big screen. He does a great job with that. And when I come on, like I said, to talk about me and my journey. Don't always have a particular topic that I'm going to discuss. But I really like that the web we weave when we try to deceive. Everybody pretend they like each other when what we're hearing now, it sounds like nobody likes each other. It sounds like all of the lies that they try to put on me now that's coming from the horse's mouth, that they already knew all this stuff because they're the ones who's orchestrating, manipulating, and spewing this venom that they all attributed to a woman that you call toothless. Amazing. The things that I heard last night. The things that I heard. And it was so amazing because there was one young lady, and the only thing I said was I spoke to their family, and they were ready to fly to Dallas and pull up. And here this man talked about this woman, something fierce, and she didn't have much to say. She started talking about the oracle. I thought that was really strange. And he's saying all manner of stuff about her. All of the vile and vicious stuff like he, said about me. Well, he didn't say nothing about, some of the stuff he was saying, but he said some horrific stuff. And it was just amazing how she had no words for him. But she was really ready to pull up because I said I spoke with the family. And then he made the statement I thought was very, very, very interesting. My observation as well. She chose to go to his event than to go to a family service of a loved one. That was a low blow for him to say that, but my sentiments exactly. But she had no throwback. Then I heard a man on there, that X-Man, and he made a statement that was true. And that was that I wasn't interested in putting him in no lawsuit of mine. I know that all of a sudden now my lawsuit is supposed to be a money grab, but my lawsuit was a civil defamation case from day one. And defamation deals with damages to my reputation as being done now. And then this one particular person says that their lawyer told them they have a greater case than me because I call them a private eye. I've never called nobody a private eye. I don't even think they know private eye. I read a letter, and the letter said that the person is running around like they're a private eye. All they got to do is read it. Reading is fundamental. You don't have to add nothing to it. You don't have to take anything away from it. It is what it is. And I put the name in that place. These people think I'm plagiarizing legal documents. How do you plagiarize legal documents when one source of the law is case law? I mean, these people are really funny. But they're very knowledgeable. Let them tell it and let y'all tell it while y'all giving to make the haters mad and giving because they really tell a good lie. And I guess that's what people pay for, lies. Lie to me. Don't tell me the truth. I can't handle the truth. I don't want to know the truth. I want to live on Fantasy Island. I want to pretend this is entertainment while somebody totally destroy you and put your whole family out there for the world to see. There's this organization that's so great that cares about women being bullied so much that they would give a man who is a bully all the information on somebody's family members for him to put out there. How does that help bullying? What does that do for bullying? To talk about a man's child and her preference. How does that help bullying? And then you got women over there who's in love with these men who pretend that they're not, who claim they have money, who say they paid $2,500 to have him investigated, and he turned out to be above board. I don't understand it, Amalia. I don't understand it. Now all of a sudden I'm crazy. Now all of a sudden I'm a hypocrite. Now all of a sudden I'm a liar. I think not. I think not. I'm so boring. But people accusing you of wearing Gorilla Glue. And you, yes, Mr. Thinning. Yes, Mr. Thinning. I understand. Y'all got that right. Do your thing, chicken wing. I don't have no problem with it. But I have a problem with is y'all lying. You could talk about me, make fun. That's what y'all do. You know, y'all call it roasting. I don't see the talent. But y'all choose to do that, that's fine. This is America. You can do that. You can't. But what you can't do is lie on me. That's what you can't do. And when I say lie on me, because everything you're saying about me is a lie because you don't know me. But what I mean by lying on me, where you're accusing me of doing something illegal and of moral turpitude. I'm not a thief. I don't have to scam. I don't have no trust fund. I have my funds, and I get them every month at the beginning of the month. Every month. I worked for 42 years, and I am rewarded for that. There's some people that make way more than I do. But the amount that I receive, I am pleased. And I live comfortable. And these people, they laugh and they talk and they act like they're so great. But it's amazing. They accuse Asatar of living off of his children's mother, which they do not live together. And only two men that I know that do that live with wives who's supposed to be powerful and make big money that they brag on. And they don't do nothing but lie on YouTube and destroy people's families. And you guys support that happily. And I listened to them too. I supported them too. There was one time when I did. But it's really something about you people. And that's why I decided I'm only going to go with those that go with me. I really don't care about all of the people on YouTube. It's children out here. They have million subscribers. I can't even get out of 1,400. People been on here a month. Almost at 2,000. I've been on here for a year or so. And I can't leave. It's ironic. We just looked at it and we saw something that was really something. Every 10 people join, 10 people leave. 10 people join, 10 people leave. Could that be a coincidence? Nah, I don't believe in coincidence. You know, you people play with people's livelihoods. You flag videos. For what reason? I don't know. You just flag them just because you can. And YouTube said that they don't allow that. And that's why they're a party to my lawsuit as well. Because I need them to tell me, how can this be? A man can sit up and stream everybody's live, but he goes untouched. And I heard he's losing his big channel. I don't know if that's true or false. I think he's hiding stuff because of the lawsuit, and I was able to add his businesses. I could be wrong. But he's going to show me something different before I believe anything he says. You see, I've told people over and over, he keeps saying the lawsuit is a lie. I gave y'all the case number. You're free to read it. This is America. And it is open to the public. That system is monitored because it's a federal system. But since they posted all of my information and even the case number, he put it all out there for you guys to see when the judge was denying different motions that I was requesting. But now that he's been granting motions, I see he doesn't post anymore. He says I'm lying. I'm a liar. Well, I did receive one of his letters back too, that he refused to claim. And then I showed you all the other letters that he refused to claim. But he's been served. So he can refuse to claim everything he chooses to refuse to claim. But he has been served. And then this other gentleman pretend he wanted him in prison so bad. But yet they're partners. And we know what they say about partners. Partners in crime is partners in time. But I'm not a prosecutor. I'm not a federal prosecutor. But we will be before a federal district judge. The magistrate judge has to handle the pre-trial things. I found that out when I filed a motion to be heard only by the district judge. And the magistrate judge let me know the law on that. Which I knew was Federal Rule 636. But I just wanted to make sure that they know that I do not want to go before the magistrate judge. I want to go before the actual District Article 3 judge. That's the Constitution. And I should say constitutional judge. And yeah, I know. Toothless, you're so boring. You're not really talking about nobody. No, I'm not. But I am talking about these things that's going on in these streets that nobody dared talk about when it was happening to me. And I see some of their big mouthpieces is not coming out in their defenses, but they came out to speak against me. Amazing. Hi, Tariq. Glad you're here. Amazing. And you don't get excited when you see the law of reciprocity at work, because anything that you sow, you got to reap it. Yeah, anything. You reap what you sow. It has to happen. It's called the law of reciprocity. Nature's law, God's law, real. It's not fake. That's one of the reasons they try to keep us off balance. That's one of the reasons they try to keep us separated. If we only knew and understood how powerful we could be, if we worked as an army of one, working toward the same goal. We can't work in groups. We need to get that herd mentality out of our minds. We cannot work in groups. Because when you work in a group, there's always a possibility that someone will sell you out. Someone can be bought. But if you live in a level of integrity where you know that you can't be and you won't be, then you won't compromise you and your family. You won't do that. Unless, of course, you have no feeling and no love for your family and yourself. Then you're subject to do that. But you'll only be damaging your portion. You won't be damaging the whole group. We got to work toward a common goal as individuals. We're interdependent beings, but we got to learn to walk and work independently. That's what we got to do. It's the MUST must if we're going to change the conditions in which we live in. We got to learn how to love ourselves again. Some of us may have never known how. There are too many books, too many videos that are really out here with real life psychiatrists, psychologists, teaching you how to do the work. But only you can do it. Nobody can do it for you. You got to face some of those things that you said that you would never deal with. Thank you. Thank you, beautiful one. Always. Let me put some respect on that.
Your face. You got to remove the excess water. Now she's coming
This
out.
is how you do it. Thank you. Let me take you back to my elementary school days. I didn't do nothing to these people. I didn't do nothing to these people. I didn't do nothing to these people. People. I didn't do nothing to these people. I didn't do nothing to these people. I didn't do nothing to these people. People. I didn't do anything to these people. But I'm being bullied anyway. We will stop the bullying. And it starts with me. My new hashtag, not me. Regina, I love what you wrote. Hey, Brianna. I love you, girl. I thought I saw you yesterday and we turned around and tried. Well, I didn't, but you know, Bill did, and we tried to turn around and we didn't see you again. Thank you, Alicia, for the copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107, the Copyright Act of 1976 allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. So Alicia said that you want to hide something, put it in a book. Then it say hit the cash out. And Regina M says, like I have said many times, as a friendly reminder to some, people from all walks of life are on social media, YouTube. But one thing stays consistent. YouTube is not owned by any cyber bullies or person. You better hush your mouth and keep her talking, good. So Alicia said, hi. Because of the continuous flagging Toothless has been receiving, please consider a donation, any dollar amount or more. Now, there may be $5. My eyes are getting better, but I didn't see that. I don't know if that's a 5 or if that's a dollar sign, whatever it is. You can also request songs through Cash App. And then it says match the Cash App only if you dare. And I appreciate you guys. I'm trying to see if anybody's talking about anything. One of the subjects I really wanted to talk about the other day, but like I said, there's so much going on, and then I did timely get the young man served. That was really my biggest thing because I was up for 2 days trying to type. I really can't type, I pick. So if you ever go look at the documents and see how many pages that I have to pick, you will see. You know, a lot of people think that I heard this person say this. You know, they said anybody who represents themselves have themselves a fool for a lawyer. That's not true. So don't ever believe what you hear people say. A lot of times they're just repeating bull. That's not true. This is one thing I learned over the past 12 years. And this is two things normally that appears to me that do not enter into the courtroom. And that's the truth and the law. And we think everybody is telling the truth. Thank you. You guys are beautiful. Let me acknowledge that Cash App.
Your face. You got to remove the excess water. Now she's coming out.
This is how you do it. Thank you. And although most think that this is just beatboxing and beating on a desk, I'm grateful to Southside, TY, and Straight Talk for understanding that my songs were made for parodies, and they were made maybe similar, but not necessarily toward them. And they were made to help me cope, and it is a business decision to actually play my songs. So I'm glad that you guys know it's no malice and no malicious intent. And on that note, let's hear one that everybody loves. Texas in the South, Louisiana in the South, Georgia in the South, Florida in the South. Everybody do the shark boy, shark boy. Hey, shark boy, shark boy. Everybody do the shark boy, shark boy. Hey, shark boy, shark boy. I said he's sitting on the beach and playing in the sand. The people want to swim and he's snapping at their hand. I said he's sitting on the beach, they're playing in the sand. The people trying to swim and he's snapping at their hand. Do the shark boy, shark boy. Hey, shark boy, shark boy. Everybody do the shark boy, shark boy. Hey, shark boy, shark boy. I said he's sitting on the beach and playing in the sand. The people trying to swim and he's snapping with their hands. I say he's playing on the beach, sitting in the sand. People trying to swim and he's snapping at their hand. Do the shark boy. Hey. So now we've been reduced to voodoo dolls. I think that's awful. But who am I? So this is what I did, sir. Do, 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 do. I told the witch doctor, I'm tired of you bullying me. Do, 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 do. I told the witch doctor, not me in 2003. Do, do. I told the witch doctor, you need to leave me be. And the witch doctor told me, this is how you must be free. You go, ooh, ah, bing, ting, walla, walla, bing, bang. Ooh, ah, ting, tang, walla, walla, bing, bang. Ooh, ting, tang, walla, walla, boom, bang. Toot, toot, wah, 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 ding, wagga, ling, ding. So, every time you pacemaker blast, I send it back to you 100-fold. I don't believe in that stuff, and neither should you. But do what you do, and just remember, ooh, ah, ting, tang, walla, walla, bing, bang. Ooh, ah, ting, tang, walla, walla, bing, bang. He's in love with the choke code, known as a buster and a wrangler. He's in love with the choke code, goes by the name of Texas Strangler. He's in love with the choke code. He got his hand around her neck. He's in love with the choke code. He said you ain't seen nothing yet. He's in love with the choke code. He doxed my name, my car, my house. He's in love with the choke code. I'm feeling scared as a church mouse. He's in love with the choke code, known as a buster and a wrangler. He's in love with the choke code, known as the Texas Strangler. I am telling you, I'm not going, not me, Skinny. You're the worst man I'll ever know. There's no way I could ever go. No way. Look at the fat woman with no teeth. No way. I'm going without you. We're going to court together. And I hope you stay free. I'm going, and you going with me. Ooh, with me. You're going with me. Ooh, skinny. Ooh, skinny. Ooh, skinny. You're going. You're gonna go with me. You can't beat skinny giving, no matter how hard you try. He'll keep on messing up. Do or die. He has minions in the chat that told me what he's doing. You keep on dodging. Thank you, super hostification, 'cause you can't beat skinny giving. Do or die. You can keep dodging and dodging and dodging and dodging, no matter how hard you try. But we will meet in the federal court. That ain't no lie. You can't beat skinny giving. Thank you, super hostification. You did it. Yeah, you did it. Oh, Finna say, Skinny, it's time to have your attorney placed on the PACER system. Perhaps he put himself on there today because he's not there yet. And you keep referring to your attorney. And if there is an attorney, then he has to be on the case and he has to be in the system. And he's not there. So that tells me that he's not there. Yeah, he can't be there. He can't be your attorney and not let me know that. And not let Google know that. You have to let us know. But of course, you know, some of you guys know how the system works. And it's really sad to see, you know, people say that they don't like the fact that content creators go after the subscribers. But it's sad to see subscribers edging things on and lying and, you know, saying just anything. One subscriber said that I threatened another subscriber. I never threatened anybody. I keep hearing these people, and when I say hearing, I'm talking about reading their comments, because I'm like all other humans. I have a vested interest in me, and I have an interest in people lying on me. I don't look at different individuals anymore for their content. I look at them for their lies and to see if there's any I need to address, because I don't address just anything everybody says. Again, you have the right to not like who you not like, and I can be that person. You have the right to talk about that person that you don't like. But what you don't have a right to do is impugn my character, my reputation, and the name that I've lived 64 years for and protecting. You know, I do live by a standard of living, and I'm as law-abiding as I can be. And I plan to stay that way. And I don't want anyone accusing me of being something, especially when you know nothing of me. You don't even know me. You can say I look 89. I look like Uncle Grandpa. You can call me Hunchback if you choose. That may be how you see me. You can call me all of that. But what you can't call me is a thief. You can't call me a scammer. You can call me a liar, but you would be lying. But I can lie. So there is a possibility, probability, but do I live? Nah, I don't. I'm as transparent as they come. And anybody have spoken with me. And when I said that you're in love with Kwame and Armando, I really meant what I said. And when you cried to me about what's going on, I really listened to your cry. You see, I really don't get these people. They say, I don't like people that you tell something and then they put it out in the ethers. When all the while, that's all they're doing. But they're deceiving people and they're changing a word or two. And people believe that. And one thing I love with my daddy's teaching is not necessarily, I don't have a problem. I do not like it, so I do have a problem. But I don't get so upset with the liar who's telling the lie. I get upset with the person who know that they've spoken with me and they know the conversations we had when they buy the lie. That's what I have a problem with. I really do. People say that they're one way, but they actually live a total different way. For anybody to be able to sit in a chat and hear people call Asatar a Russian spy, a KGB, for any reason, there's no fun and no laughter in that at all. It's nothing funny about that. There's just certain things you just don't play with and you just don't say, even with your free speech. You don't know the ramifications of making those type of statements and the effect that it can have on someone's lives. Y'all really are doing a lot of defamatory stuff. And then you want to try to put it back. You can't put it back. And then you got people running around here talking about they were the first, like, you know, they're the pilgrims who came and want to be acknowledged as being the first. Acknowledge yourself. Because I don't care about nobody being the first. I can just tell you what happened to me and what I'm not accepting. You see, because if you were me, you would have done what I'm doing. We got a lot of people running around here playing like they got problems. But they have enough strategy to say just the right things. And it's very hurtful, but it's okay. I know that you're full of shit. And you know I know. And it's okay. And we can do all the readings from the sky to the ground. It makes no difference to me. I know that's full of shit too. I know it all today. You live and you learn. You trust people. You share your ideas. You share your family. You share pictures. You share stories. Only to be hurt. People are always going to believe whatever they choose to believe. Nobody can control that and should never wish to do so. Free will. However, as a content creator comes a responsibility. And it is very true what you say, Regina. So very true. And free will is a good statement that people make. But it's a statement that people make. And you do have the right to choose whatever you choose. But your will ain't so free. Because you don't get to exercise it the way you choose to. That don't work like that. You know, freedom is not free. That's what people really need to understand. People paid for you to be where you are today. They paid with their lives. And you're going to pay with your life for the next generation. We see it with people getting shot down in the street. We see it when people just go to the store and get accused of stealing and get taken off to jail and never given a fair chance because it didn't happen. Everything is after the fact. No preventative. There's no more love. Where is the love? Roberta Flack asks, where is the love? Love for mankind, love for self, love for one another. Where is the love? Alicia said, honesty and transparency make you vulnerable. Be honest and transparent anyway. Mother Teresa said that. It's a quote that she gave. Briette said, true story, Regina M. Phyllis said, we had 50 at one time. Hit the like button. We got 35 likes and 39 people in the chat. Phyllis said, there is no free lunch. Somebody paid the price. So Alicia say, can't be logical with people who aren't logical, period. Sad. And it's not even funny. And that's so very true. One of the things I wanted to talk about, like I stated earlier, I seen on Facebook, and it was a school here in Dallas. It's a high school. And it was about some students, and they wanted these students to imagine they were at a funeral. And the people were standing there talking. And you saw your family and your friends. They were the ones doing the talking. And then they told the children these were high school students, and they told the children to imagine that it was you. It was your funeral. And what were they saying about you? And what would you want them to say about you? And then the teacher asked them to write 2 pages on what would be said about them. And I read a lot of the comments, and there was a lot of different views. My view is that's ridiculous. I think that the power of life and death is in the tongue. I think our children are exposed to enough death. You know, a lot of people don't have to look far to imagine someone being dead. Our children see death on their way to school, at school, coming home from school, and in the homes more often than not. And if it's not your kid, somebody you know kid has experienced this, and several somebodies. So I didn't like the assignment. Some people thought that the people who didn't like the assignment was narrow-minded. I would like to hear some of you guys' views on the assignment. And I don't agree to disagree with anybody. I just disagree and we just move on. So I'm not trying to sway anybody's opinion. I would just like to hear other people's opinion, because I thought it was an awful assignment. And what I would love to know is the person that gave that assignment, what did they look like? And the children that had to do the assignment, what did they look like? Now, I've heard a couple of children say that they had to do their obituary, which I don't see why that's necessary either. But they said they had to do it nonetheless. But this is a different assignment. And I was in school, they never talked about death of anybody in your family, in their family. And they certainly were not teaching you to do obituaries and write about funerals. So I'd like to know, what are you all's thoughts on that subject? Regina M. says, this social media was created as a display of our democracy in the Western world. It comes from our Constitution, First Amendment, aka freedom of speech, but that has never meant to say and do whatever. Well, that's true, but then the democracy is not even ours, because this country was formed on the republic form of government. The democracy came with the overthrow of the government in 1871. So the democracy is not democracy. The republic form of government means that the people rule, and you choose individuals to represent the people. Democracy says that the majority rules. But we know that's not true because they formed the Electoral College, and in a presidential election, the person who they selected is going to win, whether the public vote them in or the Electoral College placed them there. They're going to be there. So it's a republic form of government that we should be fighting for. And the Constitution says freedom of speech. True that. But you have a right to speak freely. But where does your right end and my right begin? And that goes when you start going into the defamation and the slander and the libelous actions. That's when it changes. And then your free speech may not be so free if you say something to the wrong person and they respond or react to you in a way in which you didn't anticipate. That might not be so free. Yeah, but it could be figurative than literal. But one thing that I love that Dick Gregory teaches, and I live by that, oftentimes people don't know what you mean. They hear what you say. And some people honestly don't know. And, I'm not talking about the people that know. I'm talking to the ones that do not know. And in this metaverse, I find people take things very, very, very literal. And they take all the wrong stuff literal. They don't take the right stuff literal. They take the wrong stuff literal. And then they make it into something that never was. I see that happening all the time. But I don't see anybody responding to my scenario that I gave. Let me see what Briette says. Yeah, I hear you. So Alicia, was disappointing to read about her, but under the power of the Pope, that rabbit hole is dark and deep. Yeah, it's a lot of dark and deep rabbit holes, and they won't allow us to tap into how they, call it misinformation and things of that nature, when really we're just speaking opinions and thought processes, but they don't want us to speak or have thoughts. We're supposed to be that herd that they trained us in, that animal husbandry, docility training for animals. Asatar said, I believe because the students were 17 and 18 and taking into consideration that it was a psychology class, and it didn't say it was a psychology class. That's you saying that, psychology man. And the fact that they just came back from an active shooter drill, then it's an appropriate assignment. That didn't say all that about this story. You just made that up, sir. Asatar. I'm not talking about the assignment you know about. I'm talking about the one here in Dallas. They didn't just come back from no active shooting drill. It had nothing to do with that. Just stick with the story. Don't go try to make it fit. Regina said, we can't help all to understand. We can't control that. We can only help those that do or want to understand via breakdown, example, etc. People will always hear whatever they choose to hear. And that's a true statement too. And that's providing that the people know that they have a choice. Because a lot of people don't even realize that they have a choice and that they chose what they chose by virtue of not knowing that they had a choice to choose something else. It's so many dynamics in people and their upbringing and what they understand. But that's really a true statement, Regina. And Phyllis says, does anyone have an opinion on death at all? And then Briette says, ass pull up. You sleeping in class. Ass say, I also believe that, I also believe The sad part of the story is the kids having to do an active shooter drill in a damn high school to begin with. Let's talk about the real issue, not a school psychology teacher. Well, I'm talking about the real issue because you keep putting it on an active shooter, and that had nothing to do with this assignment. You're talking about something totally different. See, because we see active shooters every day in our neighborhood, so that's no hell of a thing, to be real honest. Let's talk about the guns. Now, that's what you need to talk about, because that's where the problem lies when you're talking about shooting. Let's say Asatar is in the ballpark. Why? And why do we need to know what people think about us? Okay, I guess somebody's typing slow. Nobody's typing. The story I'm talking about didn't have nothing to do with an active shooter, though. Yeah, I'm not talking nothing about an active shooter. I'm talking about just something that happened in Dallas, Texas, that was on Facebook. And a lady just talked about this lady having those kids do that assignment. It didn't have anything to do with an active shooter. Regina says she's loving the engagement in tonight's commentary. I am too, Regina. You all keep it coming. No, I never talked about that's you who put all of that in there about the active shooter and all that. That was never a part of the story. So Alicia said, I would have tore that school up. Papers, obituaries, crayons would have been everywhere. These people are sick. I agree with you, Alicia. Phyllis said, if you are dead and the dead know nothing, why do you need to know what others think of you? That's crap. Briek says, I don't think it's helpful listening to a teacher's analysis. Most can't be trusted. Okay, hold on a minute. I think I have it in my phone. I'm just trying to see where, because I took a picture of it. But I'm trying to see if I sent it to myself or it may be in my photos. But give me a second. I'm looking for it. Okay. This is what it says, y'all. Imagine you're at a funeral. You are watching all of your closest friends and family get up and speak at the microphone. You realize that this is your funeral. What do you want people to say about you? Who might be up there talking? Write 2 pages explaining your funeral in detail and what people will say about you. And so this person wanted to know, what did people think? And this happened in Dallas, Texas. I guess her child went to this high school, and that was the assignment that they gave them. So let me know if I need to read it over if I didn't make it clear. Yeah, we don't have psychologists and psychology classes that I know about. Not here unless you go to Health Magnet. So anybody, let me know if I need to read it again. Hello, Madria. Okay, see, she didn't say all of that. I'm just giving y'all what the lady posted and asked people what did they think. Let me take a picture of this so I can take her name out of this. Y'all probably can't see it. And she just wanted to know what was the people's thoughts. What are your thoughts? She didn't give no explanation other than this was an assignment given to her child at school. And I'll read it again so you can understand what I'm saying. Bree said no, I said no. Ryan say they won't teach kids about finances and mental health, but they'll teach them about death. Seems systematic. That's what I say. I think it's absolutely asinine, in my opinion. Read it again. It sounds like the assignment was for the kids to evaluate themselves. Now, why they need to be dead, I do not know. Okay, let me see. This assignment is done in every psychology class in college. They're not in college, Astor, so quit telling us about shit that ain't got nothing to do with our conversation. We talking about high school kids in a predominant black school. Most of our kids ain't in no psychology class, and we don't have psychologists teaching in high school. F.R. Derby said one thing we can't control is what people think, say, or feel about us. So whatever they say, good or bad, there's nothing you can do about it. That's true, FRW, and especially if you're dead. You sure can't do nothing about it. They fired the teacher that same day. I don't know if they fired the teacher or not. This is not the obituary story. This says, imagine you are at a funeral. You are watching all of your closest friends and family get up and speak at the microphone. You realize that this is your funeral. What do you want people to say about you? Who might be up there talking? Write two pages explaining your funeral in detail and what people will say about you. And then the lady asked the people, what are your thoughts? So Alicia said, there is an agenda for our children. True that. If they can't kill them in the womb, they spoon feed them death in any way they can. Boy, that's a good response, I think. Regina says, so no specifics were given on why the assignment. No, just a parent's name, city, and state, and what grade level this assignment was given to her child. Yeah, they're in Dallas, Texas. And she named the high school as well. Maybe the teacher is asking that, Phyllis, but it was too easy for the teacher to just ask the question. If that is me in that coffin, say nothing. It's a damn weird question to a child. Who thought of death when we were kids? I bet no one. Tell the truth, Bree. That's my sentiment. And the power of life and death is in the tongue. You know, to me, that's a family issue. That's a personal issue. Madria said, think they'd rather teach our children about dying rather than about living. That's a good one, Madria, because that's my thing. We too busy teaching them how to die. Won't we teach them how to live? And say, oh, shit. If it ain't the same story, then my sincere apologies. You are forgiven, Asatar. You know, I think we went through this over the phone, sir. Regina M. say, imagine you at a funeral and watching friends and family speak. You realize this is your funeral. Write 2 pages, details what people would say about you. The assignment. That's it. That's it. I think it might be a line left out. Okay, you realize it's your funeral. Then you got to say, what do you want people to say about you? And who might be up there talking? And then you write 2 pages explaining your funeral in detail and what people would say about you. I mean, if you know, 17, 18, 16, 15, 19, it ain't much they can say about you. You're a child. You like to play ball, you like to run, you like to dance, you like to sing. You don't like to clean up. They'll say, okay, listen. What do you want people to say and who will be saying it? Yep, that's what they said. So Alicia said, hi. Because, that's the, I'm sorry. I thought that was, you was answering to the question. Then it say, Bree, the assignment is wet. Ryan says it's easy to teach them how to die. No resources, no effort, no care. Yep. Okay, you only 16 and 17. What can they say? That's what I said. Bree X, let me see. Perhaps let's look at that life and death is a reality. But in this case, I doubt that teacher went the actual route. Still weird. Teacher might have suicidal thoughts of self. Huh. Never thought about that. Huh. So Alicia said, I would have wrote, our teacher was really nice. We will miss Because this assignment was the death of her career. I added to her in there. Ron said, guess what? Let me tell you something. Just had to correct her typo. Lazy ball laughing hard as I am. My drill still dropping links. She probably laughing too. Okay. And Regina say, I see nothing wrong with this assignment. That's good, girl. In today's time with school mass shootings and other places, it is a moment of self-reflection. I'm glad for y'all. Oh, that's funny. Then it say, really, the teacher is letting the people know. Yes, so. Yeah, I think so. Alicia, you get the star for that one. That was a good response. And then it says, ready. Really, the teacher is letting the people know, finishing the sentence, they are nothing. Yeah, that's, I thought that was, to me, it was just the worst thing I ever heard in my life. But, it just shows you how people think differently. A lot of people had my sentiment, but some had yours, Regina. And then some was calling people stupid because they didn't want the kids to be doing that. But, if you believe in the songbook, it tell you the power of life and death is in the tongue. And what I've experienced and what I've seen of people, most people are so always trying to tell children, preparing them for death as opposed to preparing them for life. Unlike Ryan said earlier, they won't teach them finance, taxes, something that they're going to really need. They don't do that in our schools, by the way. They may do them in some schools, but not ours. But they won't teach them astrology. And, that has to do with, things growing in nature. It has to do with farming. They won't teach them agriculture and horticulture, things of that nature. But they want them to talk about, imagine you being at your own funeral. Most people don't even let their children attend funerals until they are adults. And some children in the teen years just don't want to go to no funeral. They don't even go to the funeral home, even if it's their grandparent, And a lot of people don't make them, even though death is a part of life. I think that's a family thing, a personal thing that you should discuss in your home and teach your own children. Madrid said, do the assignment and substitute the teacher in your place. One more like to get us up to 40. Let's get there. Oh, it looks like I see 43. So we're there, from what I can tell. Phyllis said, teach them how to survive in this cruel world. Yeah, we need to teach them how to compete. We got our children thinking about dying. Who wants to think about dying before they ever live? Most children are having sports activities and, learning they're learning to be independent kind of away from their parents. And they're learning how to use their bodies, meaning they're either cheerleaders or in the pep squad or whatever, the dance club, the flag girls, The boys are playing some sorts of sports. The girls are playing sports too nowadays. So, they're learning, and, they should be looking at exploring the world and learning how to be competitive. I just don't think that it needs to be an assignment in school where you're talking about death, and especially your own death, when, again, so many of our children actually know people. And if it's not a sibling, it's a cousin or a neighbor that has experienced, actual death. Escator says, I agree with Regina that the assignment is fine. It's not the best assignment I have heard, but I'm fine with it. Alicia said, you sing about the topic every live, Toothless. Then you sing the greatest love. That's something. And then Phyllis say, I think it's a click to the assignment. Who are asking and who are doing the writing. I think it's a click to that assignment. Who are asking and who are doing the writing. I don't quite understand that one. But yeah, I think it's too much. I think that's way too much. Alicia said, so I would take my kids out Escator's basketball team. Yeah, I would too if they're going to be having them talking about dying. Imagine you died on the basketball court and you had a funeral. I don't think they'd even want to play no basketball. And it's children that really have been out on the football field and dropped dead. But I don't think that they went back and the counselors had the kids writing about the grief counselor ain't never had the kids writing about their own eulogy or their own, because that's what you would be doing. You wouldn't be doing an obituary. You would be doing a eulogy because you want to know what people say about you and you telling them what to say about you. I am giving that teacher the benefit of the doubt because there have been a recent school shooting in Dallas, Texas at a particular high school. This assignment has more details than was given, misleading. No, it doesn't matter. And we done had a whole lot of shootings in Dallas, and ain't nobody never had no assignment like this that they posted on those social media. I'm not saying people ain't never had it, but I live in Dallas, Texas. And they don't do that in DISD. We've had shootings. Because I would be opening up cans of whoop ass is what Alicia said she'd do. And Ash say, I don't know. That has to do with coaching basketball, but cool. Bree, the question is absolutely insane, really. Teachers today are weird out there. And these mental patients are in charge of and spend more time with the children than the parents. Scary. Philly Fighter. Toothless. I really lost mad respect for you. You have changed from when I initially heard you. Your representative was a okay person, but this you is straight horrible and sad. You got that right, Philly Fighter. Who cares about your opinion? Haven't you heard me say from day one? What you think of me is really none of my business. And you subscribe to my channel to say that. All I can tell you, Philly, don't come back if you don't enjoy it. And if you enjoy it, then keep coming back. It's your choice. They probably done blocked you already, but I normally always have to say something to the people. For those who read it, you don't even know me. And so you have the right to have whatever opinion you have. It's yours. Okay, Phyllis say, okay, let's start other. There is something more to the assignment. What type of school was it? It was a high school. I think it was either Thomas Jefferson or Hillcrest, one of those. Tag team. No one cares. Tell the truth, Alicia. I said that because so many assume and or add their own spin into things that was never there to begin with. In my lifetime, I have noticed how people are quick to assume or add before understanding. In my lifetime, if the teacher would have sent that home to my son, they would have had a problem. In my lifetime, I don't care what happened at the school. My niece was at the school when they had a shooting right up the street from my house. They didn't have no assignments. They didn't even get the counselors at the school. So that I don't care what nobody do, but that for me, that wouldn't happen. That might happen, but my child would never do that assignment. Never in life. They could give it to him, but he wouldn't do it. Okay, Philly Fighter, Bree said, F off. Told you in the comments, you deaf, can't read. Child, that's just somebody just wants to be a part. You know, they want to be a part of something great, and they just won't come and just be a part of something great. They want to be the one to say, I went in Toothless Chat and I said this, and you did, and we're glad. We're happy for you. So let's move on. So I just don't believe an assignment was given without explaining it. I'm sure it was explained, but that mother didn't explain it, and I don't think she had to. That assignment is self-explanatory. Whatever the reason, I don't care what the reason. I don't care if they sit there and 50,000 people got shot. For me, it does not matter. For me, it is no reason in the world that no school teacher ought to be talking about no funeral of my child's to my child. That's nothing that a teacher should be doing. That's not even a place for me for a teacher to be talking about no death. So I don't know what the reasoning behind it was, but that's what the teacher did. And there was a problem with it with a lot of the parents. But some parents probably felt, like you, open-minded, like Astator. Brushing your horizons and all that other good stuff. But for me in my house, no, we wasn't doing that assignment. I don't care what the reasoning is. Like I said, a lot of parents say they get their children's cell phones so the children can let them know if something's going on. Well, if something's going on, if they let you know, you can't do nothing about it if you're not there. And that happened when my niece was at school up the street and they were shooting. She was right in the middle of it. She wasn't shooting, but she was right in the middle, could have been shot dead. She couldn't even get to her phone. That's how scary and fast that it all happened. We heard about it on the news. And it's right up the street from my house. Yeah, I don't think that's necessary. And again, at that time, they didn't have all the grieving counselors that they have at the schools of the children that don't look like ours. We didn't get the counselors to come out. We have the same school district. but we don't oftentimes get the same treatment. Briette says, and Maria said, facts should not be having that discussion. Yeah, that's just my opinion, Maria. I feel the same way, for real. Not at no school. That's something you do at home. It's a lot of things I think parents should teach their children before they ever go to school. And self-discipline is one. You can't expect for strangers to mold your children. They're supposed to be just helping them learn the basics. You have to, as a parent, build on that. Briette says she definitely need to explain why a topic like that. Not all kids have it good at home, and to still hear about death in a class, hell no, Briette says. And Phyllis says that assignment is not part of TKS, whatever that is. I guess that's some kind of something in the school system since she worked for the school. Briette says facts. And Phyllis said, where is that part of the Texas Education Skill Assessment? I don't know. It didn't make sense to me. Briette says some drag queens teaching the children too these days. Just saying. Yeah, they have all kind of things going on in the school today. That's why parents ought to be teaching their children at home. One of the things. Okay. Assatar said Phil is going to get a cookie from his daddy for trolling. Whoever that is. Bree, yes, you are onto something. Yeah, well, we might need to send him some merch with that cookie ass. Phyllis, you think that's part of the school syllabus? That's what Bree is asking Phyllis. No, it's not. And she said that definitively. No, it is not. I just thought it was some strange stuff. But, stranger things have happened. It's kind of like Dr. Frances Cress Wilson said the other day. I don't know if y'all recall, but she was talking about the schools and how they're teaching us it's okay for our kids to have babies. And so they're putting nurseries in our schools. And other kids, the Europeans and the Asians that come over, the different people, they're learning science, math, English, and our children are learning how to take care of babies. Yeah, you did. You said it. You said you're loving it. You're loving it. Yeah, so, we have to look at the agenda behind that. And again, if you read the book, the power of life and death is in the tongue. And if it's in the tongue and it's in your mind that you're already dead and you're at your funeral, psychologically at 17, 16, I don't know if they're able to handle that. I don't care, what people say and think. I just don't think that they're able to handle that. That could give them some thoughts that they didn't have. But I don't know why in the world that woman would have given that assignment. Or man, because I don't know if it's a woman or not. I'm just calling it a woman. The mother didn't say it was a man or a woman. She just posted that and asked everybody what did they think. She said that was an assignment given to her child. And I thought that was just some weird stuff. I thought it was absolutely crazy, to be honest. Alicia said, "Good night, everyone. I'm on a cane. I have a foot spur, and these painkillers got me tired. I'm going to bed. Love y'all. We love you too. Get some rest and stay off that foot." They say those heel spurs really hurt. And Briek said, "Yes, Regina." Phyllis said, "No, it's not part of the Texas Education Knowledge and Skills." Okay, that's what TEKS is. Texas Education Knowledge and Skills. But yeah, I'm glad that, I wish Lazy and Longhead, if they were still here, would have chimed in. I like to hear what the men think as well about such a thing. Let me see. So Alicia said they do. She said, "But I'd rather hop than walk with that cane." You better use that cane, girl. You don't want to fall. Yeah, we don't want you falling. So use that cane if you have to. Like they all say, I have a cane, a wheelchair, and a walker. And my walker got a seat on it, so I can stop and catch my breath. I have all three. Maria, I see you laughing. I see you laughing. Oh. You see, Maria told you, Alicia, you better use that cane. Lord, Alicia, you done got good, girl. Y'all need to look at what y'all be typing. I don't know who's funny. Phyllis or Maria. Oh, Lord. Y'all going too far. Oh, my. Alicia, I hope you see that the Phyllis wrote. Oh, y'all funny. I'm not lying. That is really funny. One thing I can say, though, it is good to laugh. It's like medicine to the bone, I tell you. I really enjoy it. It is good to laugh. Ain't nothing like it in the world. It's really not. But like I said, when I was looking at Sister T earlier, and I love the way she, was handling her page, and the things she was saying is things that I've always promoted. And that's, engaging with your chat and letting them know that, you appreciate them. And you all make me successful because I came here a success. But you make me successful in what I do when you show up. And when you hit the like button, that means a lot. And, we just got to learn to appreciate each other. That's what these platforms should be used for. Whatever your heart desire as a content creator, but certainly it should be in the uplifting of, to me, fallen humanity. And I think we all are there, not just, one particular group. I think we should see things, like they are individually. But, that's just one woman's opinion. And I'm grateful that you guys chose to come and spend time with me. I think I covered everything I want to cover about the Stooges. And the games that people play. But we won't be playing any of those games. It's too short. Life is. And it's too much that we need to be doing as a people. It's too much. And so we won't be playing the, name calling, the back and forth, all that good stuff. People have a right to their opinion, good or bad. And it's never good when the joke is on you. It's never a good feeling. You're on the path of perfecting your inner self. You are a success, Toothless. Yeah, thank you, Bree. Thank you so very much. Yeah, it's all about self, and that's what we have to learn. Self-love more than anything, and then we can give love to others. If we don't love ourselves, then certainly we can't love anyone else. But if we know what love is, because most of us really don't, we discover that, daily as we live. But it's too easy to be mad and angry with someone all the time. A different person, a different week. It's too easy to do that. We need to do something that's challenging, something that will build, and, put together ideas and thoughts. Something that we don't do a lot of. But yet we say that we all want it. We all say we want it, but we don't do the things that it takes to get it. And I guess that's why we go different places, to get what we need. And I'm just glad that this is a place that you guys come to get what you need. I truly appreciate that. And again, I think what I'm going to do, I think we had a beautiful, beautiful show. I think I'm going to get ready to come to a close. I haven't had any real serious pain with my eye since I've had the surgery, but I can feel my medicine wearing off, and before it kicks in with the coming back to my face, then I think I want to take me some medicine and prepare for tomorrow. Even though we know tomorrow is not promised, we still plan and prepare for tomorrow. At least we should. That's something we should be doing. I will have my other surgery, like I said, in about 3 weeks. It's just according to how well this one heals. And they said it looked pretty good, and there's a little swelling, but it's going down. So I'm happy about that. I'll go to the doctor again next week, and we'll see what they say, how I'm doing. I'm truly grateful for you guys for coming, staying, engaging. I'm grateful also for the Cash Apps. I thank you guys very much. It means a lot. The likes, we're still at 43, so if anybody didn't hit the like button, check and make sure that you hit the like on the way out. On that note, I think we're going to get ready to bring it to a close. We are in a good place. We know where we're going. If y'all have any ideas, anything that we want to talk about, please be sure and let me know. We're open to something great. And say, do we have that teacher's phone number? I think we all have something to say to her. No, the mother didn't put her phone number down there. She just put that little strip of paper and then asked, what did everybody think about it? That's pretty much all she did. But it would be good. I might need to try to find it again and see, if she told any more detail. I just got the piece of paper that she had up there, so I don't know any more detail than that. But I think that is about it. With no further ado, as you know, I'm getting ready to leave the Tiger's Den. I want you guys to have a great evening. I look forward to seeing you Wednesday. Hopefully, my face will feel a little bit better. Like I said, I have not been in any excruciating pain or anything. I've been sure to have my medication. And then I have to put these drops in my eyes 4 times a day, 3 drops each time. And that's something, I have to set my alarm so that I don't forget to do it every 4 hours, 3 times, 5 minutes apart. So I have that set up, and I've been doing that, and it's pretty good. It's been working so far. So on that note, I shall say good night to everybody, and thank you for being here. Don't forget to hit the like button if you didn't hit it. And I look forward to seeing you guys Wednesday. Have a good night.